Azure Gleam. A trick of the goddess. Central Adrestia is soundly defended under the command of Regent Ire. However, attacks from the Kingdom and Alliance erode the Empire's defenses in both the east and west. Amidst all this, General Randolph enlists a certain mercenary company to Adrestia's cause. Their forces stand to defend Hevring territory, the Empire's final bastion in the west.
But Linhardt can just help us with that, right? Because it's his home territory.
Let me get this straight. If they break through Hevring land, there'll be nothing to stop the Kingdom's army from rolling straight to the capital.
That's right. The seat of Hevring's power, Mazgus, lies east of here, past the bottleneck in the Agma Mountains. It's essentially on Inbar's doorstep, the western gateway to the seat of power. Count Hevring and his men will make their last stand there.
Uh-oh. Linhardt, we do not want to kill your father, but this game doesn't look like it's giving us a choice.
That is if the Lions of Fargus can get through us first. And of course, we will make every possible effort to defeat them.
Man, they do not
for whatever
want
that's worth.
This game does not want Randolph to live.
Never a good sign when you're calling something your last stand.
Indeed. And we've lost far too many of our most formidable generals, including Marquis Vestra.
Really? What happened to Hubert? This is news to me.
I've not the slightest idea what's befallen our forces at the capital, nor in the east for that matter.
I mean, Hubert was probably trying to rescue Edelgard.
Yes, the whole army's been feeling a little off lately. Thankfully, you and your squadron still have your heads on straight.
It's a sad state of affairs out there. Hardly any dependable leaders remain. Instead, we're left with those who take pride in senseless looting and slaughter, or compete to see who can reduce more villages to ash. Each and every one of them handpicked by His Excellency, the Regent.
Are you sure you should be spilling secrets like that?
It's all right. I'd like you to have the full picture.
Oh, Randolph, he's actually a good person.
Your company holds the key to victory in your hands. And with it, our very lives. Oh, but keep all that under wraps, if you would. It would bring the morale of my troops crashing to new lows were that to get out.
Usually mercs are backup for an army, not full-on replacements. But it is what it is. In any case, we'll get the job done so long as you're paying.
Geralt, should I perish in this fight, you can consider your contract terminated.
I hope you paid up front.
You'll be free to stop supporting the Empire in its foul descent into depravity.
Wow. Randolph, he's actually a decent person. We really don't want to see him die. Also, however, side note, this means Geralt will be free to join us in the kingdom. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Randolph.
You feeling any better? I have to say, I'm still not used to this new look of yours.
When did this happen?
That makes two of us. But it will bother me less once I'm on the battlefield.
Oh, right. Okay, I remember.
If you say so. With the war and the state it's in, the kingdom is throwing everything they've got at this thing. I don't know if it's that or something else, but I've got a bad feeling. So watch yourself out there.
I will. You do the same.
Oh, right. I've been meaning to give you this. Never used to be without it. Cuts like a dream. I want you to have it.
Aww.
Swords like this are given to captains of the Knights of Seiros, and mine was just collecting dust in the band's convoy.
That's right. Alois mentioned you used to serve there.
That was a lifetime ago. I don't plan on swinging this sword ever again.
But are you sure you want to give it away? It must be quite special to you.
I'd be happiest seeing you get some use out of it.
Thank you. I'll do that.
Be good to it, all right?
The general opposite us is a man by the name of Randolph. I hear tell he's related to the Empire's Count Burgleys. To complicate matters further, he's hired Geralt's mercenaries to assist in their fight.
Them again, huh? Can't say I'm surprised.
The Imperial Army has gathered their forces in Hevring territory, with said mercenaries composing the core of their offense. I expect they'll engage us in the woodlands, an ideal location for the guerrilla warfare they specialize in.
Then we'll have to look out for traps and ambushes as we advance. More than usual, that is.
They're placing a great deal of faith in Gerald, trusting the front lines to his company.
Perhaps there are no other generals for them to rely on.
This is our chance then. We'll be in a great spot if we can land a decisive blow on the Empire.
Absolutely. They're bound to start feeling the heat over in Enbar once we get a solid foothold here in Hevring territory.
Yes, and the enemy is surely well aware of that fact. No doubt that's precisely why Geralt is among their ranks.
He and his company are incredible fighters. But there's more to it than that. They also have immense discipline. As long as they can afford the cost, I can see why the Imperials would trust them over some of their less experienced generals.
I didn't expect us to be facing them again so soon. We had best be ready. Though truly, I wish we could fight alongside them for once instead.
Planting seeds. You'll stop the Ashen Demon. Look for an indirect solution.
We should probably just steer clear of them entirely. There's no point throwing our lives away against an opponent we can't beat. All we've got to do is take down their general, Randolph, and the mercenaries will scatter.
And be free to sign contracts anew.
Oh, come now. You're strong enough to defeat the Ashen Demon if you want. I know you are.
But we don't want.
But if this is how you'd like to handle it, I'll still be in your corner helping you every step of the way.
Whatever we decide to do, we will need a sound strategy if we are going to win.
Strategy, huh? Maybe something like a huge surprise attack on the Imperial positions.
A bold suggestion, Sylvain. You remind me of your father when he was young.
I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a compliment or what.
The Margrave's been managing the conflict in the North for decades now, hasn't he? I'd say it's a great honor to be compared to him.
Ah, such fine memories. All of his strategies seem to involve sending me and Lambert off to thrust through the enemy lines on our own.
Yeah, going straight to the suicide charge every time doesn't sound all that strategic to me.
Nor I, nor us.
At any rate, I have full faith that our combined might will be up to the task at hand. We must succeed.
Mm-hmm.
No, seriously though, why is the map so dark on the... I don't think it's just me.
What about this?
Increase raising dex.
I've been
Speed.
thinking.
Oh, yes.
I've been
speed.
thinking.
Speed. Hold up. Unit speed, yes, yes.
I won't let you down.
Now then.
Ask what's wrong or stare in silence.
Huh?
What's the matter, Arval? You look real worried. Real worried. My gosh. I'm feeling agitated, but I don't know why. It's because we're about to take on Byleth. I thought I'd be taken prisoner, but instead I'm being treated as a general. What are they thinking? It will be such a pain if they expect me to persuade the Imperial forces on this coming front. That's the plan. Well, it's certainly a possibility. We're attacking Hevring territory next. I'm sure there will be plenty of opportunities for you to make yourself useful, whether that means securing surrender or getting information from them, or providing us information.
Not happening.
I'll not do anything of the sort, so if you plan to torture me, I'd like to know about it sooner rather than later, so I can find a supreme hiding spot / napping spot. Alright, it's okay, Linhardt, it's okay. We won't force you to do anything you don't want to do. Oh, look at these paintings! I never noticed these before. Wow. Like, 3 playthroughs, and this is the first time I've noticed there are paintings on this wall. Interesting. It's like a landscape, Not sure where it's a landscape of, but it's a landscape. A trail, mountain, I think. No, village. A well, a village well. Up top, and flowers. Oh, and more flowers. Lots of flowers. Interesting.
Do you have a minute?
Have you heard about the dance master that lives in Marden territory? They apparently won the White Heron Cup dancing competition. I had no idea such a contest even existed. I wonder what style of dance they do. Interesting. But we already have our dancers, so it's all good.
Got a second?
I don't get it. Why do Geralt's mercenaries keep siding with the Empire when they're losing? Because they pay well, clearly. At this rate, the only things the Imperial Army can offer them are losing battles and table scraps, right? And gold. The amount of gold they have is not dependent on whether they win or lose. I'm just saying. Oh, the Empire. Avoid the kingdom. No idea.
Nuh-uh.
Who knows? Doesn't matter what the enemy's motivations are anyway. Hey, if we play our cards right, we might not even have to fight them.
So the story
The best
is...
case scenario in my book is turning our enemies into allies. Considering all the battles we have ahead of us, I'd like to avoid whatever unnecessary casualties we can. We would too. Thank you, Sylvain. Ask if she's all right. Stay silent.
Huh?
You doing okay, Maria? Oh, I'm sorry. I was just praying to the goddess. Everyone has their own reasons for fighting. It's not even about good or evil most of the time. So at the very least, I want to pray for those who have lost their lives. May they rest in peace. Oh, goddess. Oh, Marianne. We get you. We support that. We fought so many familiar faces in the last battle. So many old friends. Professor Manuela, Professor Hanneman, Monty, Lynn, Connie. I'm glad some of them listened to reason and joined us. But there were so many who couldn't be spared. Perhaps I should have... No, Dorothea, no. Disagree.
No way.
Don't say that. You think your death would have meant fewer casualties. Maybe not, but at least I wouldn't have to feel this way. Oh, Dorothea. Don't worry. We are working towards peace. We are.
Now that you mention it,
His Majesty's mood is different from last year. It was almost as if he was too dignified before. It made him somewhat unapproachable. I like him better now. He's much more cheerful around camp, too. We like him better now, too.
how wonderful.
To think that we'd be reunited with my dearest Happy, and here of all places, must be a miracle granted by the goddess herself.
Honestly, I don't know.
Hey, I worked my tail off to get here. You did too, didn't you, Coco? So first you make Coco betray the Empire, and now she's got to fight for the kingdom? Is that what's going on? Confirm that's what's happening. Dodge the question.
What do you think?
Yeah, it is what it is, but we definitely appreciate your help.
Can I be of use?
Refusal was never an option to begin with, but in any case, I will do my utmost to support you. Maybe let's not promise that, Coco. You'll change your tune as soon as it gets cloudy. We look forward to it, Constance. We do.
Excuse me. Do you have a moment?
It may be imprudent at a time like this, but since we have traveled this far west, I would very much like to visit the coast to the north of here. Are you familiar with the Rhodos coast? It is north of Lake Totates. You've heard of it? You haven't heard of it? I've heard of it, but that's quite a ways from here. Going there now is out of the... Oh, come on, Shaz, come on. Don't be a spoil sport.
Goodness.
Well, you certainly do not mince words. It's a place very near and dear to my heart, you know. But you are right, it is rather far. Perhaps I will visit once the war has ended. I mean, we made time. Byleth made time for it. Why can't you? Rude. Rude. A lot of people are getting fired up now that we've pushed the Empire back this far. They're saying Garrick Mach is as good as ours, but I'm not so sure. Taking it back will be difficult, taking it back will be easy.
Let's see.
Garrick Mach sits on one of the most strategic locations in Fodlan. It's not your average stronghold.
Right.
Yeah, but if that's what the higher-ups in the church are aiming for, then Rhea will have no choice but to move. The Cardinals and the others are still alive, after all. Are they now? So Rhea, like, when they fled Garrick Mach, they just abandoned everybody else there? Took only the higher-ups? Is that what happened?
Greetings, friend.
Honestly, sounds like Rhea. This encampment is like our home during this expedition. I'll be sure to keep it safe so that you can fight without any worries. Thank you, we appreciate you.
So,
the Western Empire bore almost no trace of the previous war. But this current conflict has damaged the towns and cities of the area yet again. But at least we didn't burn their towns and fields to the ground. They were destroyed and rebuilt, only to be destroyed again. It seems like such a foolish cycle, but maybe that's the only way humans can move forward. Oh, I'm rambling again, aren't I? It's okay, no, we get you, we get you. Not you. Hey, Dedue, just out of curiosity, what's that in your hand? Nothing. Gloves? All I see are gloves. Just his gauntlets. It is the pen His Majesty broke during the War Council. Huh, yeah, things got pretty heated with everyone talking over each other. It must have been hard on His Majesty as well, considering how easily and often he breaks pens. Indeed, he was terribly despondent when he saw it break this time. He get a new one, come up with a solution. I mean, isn't this the solution? Is to just get a new one? Is this a special pen? Is this a pen that his father gave him or something?
Let's see.
Maybe we can figure out a way to keep him from accidentally breaking them. Reinforce them with steel. Like, what if we gave the pen a name? He's less likely to break something he's attached to. That might actually work. Seriously? Seriously? I'll have to run it by His Majesty next time. His strength really comes in handy on the battlefield. I actually used to be jealous of it.
Oh no.
But now I understand the burden it brings. I'm sure there are people who are afraid of him too.
Well...
Yes, unfortunately, more than a few consider him to be some kind of monster. I mean, you can't please everybody. Why even try? If I'm not mistaken, we should be getting closer to my home. Or maybe not. I've been holed up so much, I don't know where we are anymore. Tell her we're getting closer. Lie a little. Just a little.
Nuh-uh.
No, you're right. Farley territory's just beyond Hevring, isn't it?
Oh no!
Wait, what? No, they're going to brand me a traitor and kill me. Oh, I just remembered. My father should be at Garrick Mach anyway.
Oh, yay!
Well, I'll be happy as long as I don't have to see him. Oh, poor Bernadetta. She's so traumatized.
How can I serve?
The man charged with defending Hevring territory, Randolph, is actually related to Count Burgleys. Not by blood, mind you. He's the previous Count's stepson from his second wife. He desperately wants to make a name for himself in this war and establish a house of his own. Of course, who knows whether his new house would even have a future in the current empire. Right? He should just defect. He should defect and join us. Like you clearly have. We would treat him very well. And he would avoid the death that Fire Emblem is very determined to give him. The land in this region is so fertile, and the climate differs greatly from the kingdoms. It's hard to describe my feelings looking at this landscape after all I've seen in Galatea. I can also understand why the people of Strang are trying to seize our lands in Fargus. But I mustn't let envy cloud my vision. Instead, I'll focus on what I can do for my home. Oh, Ingrid.
Greetings. In truth,
His Majesty has asked for my counsel regarding strategic matters more often as of late. He is already an excellent leader, especially for one so young. I'm happy to advise him whether he needs it or not. I don't think your busybody ways would be able to, you know, I don't think you'd be able to keep him in check. You'd be advising him whether he wanted it or not. Ask how he knows so much, tell him he's still young too. I feel like he would just be dodgy if I go with this one. His Majesty's young, huh? You don't exactly appear long in the tooth either, you know. I've never heard that phrase before. Never. This is... wow, okay. Alright.
Is that so?
It's true the years have been kind to me, though I have studied the records of the Saints for quite some time. Saint Kehoe, in particular, was known as a tactical genius, oh really, and played a key role in many historic victories. Did not know that. Although, isn't this like bragging, like indirect bragging? Saint Kehoe, who is by no way myself, was known as a tactical genius and played a key role in many historic victories. Sounds a little like brag, Zenith. I'm just saying. He also penned a book on military strategy. I recommend reading it should the opportunity arise. All right, cool. Maybe we'll find that book around camp at some point. Though I doubt it. Nothing of note in here. Except Annette, hello. There have been so many people fleeing the Empire lately. Of course, I want to help those in need, and it's good if some of them end up joining our army. But I'm worried we wouldn't notice if one of them happened to be a spy. That's true. It'll be fine. Good point. I should probably take a look around for anyone suspicious at the very least. I'll keep my eyes peeled too. I'm sure it'll be fine, but it can't hurt to be careful.
Let's give it our all.
After all, we can't afford to lose this battle. There's no room for error. Okie dokie.
Come to think of it.
You know, it's been a while since I've seen Lady Rhea. We exchange letters regularly, but I still worry about her. This business with the Western Church has probably piled even more on her plate. I hope she's not taking on more than she can handle. I mean, I'm sure she'll be fine. She's been doing this for like 1,000 years. At least.
Hey, got a minute?
So I got this old buddy, right? His name's Holst, and we want him. We want him here with us. Please, thank you. The guy can rip demons to shreds in his sleep, and he doesn't even have a crest. Man's a force of nature. But Dimitri's pretty strong too, isn't he? I wonder who would win in a fight. Well, I'll just have to take a crack at him first. If he can't beat me, then Holst will wipe the floor with him for sure. Yes. I want to see that. I want to see Balthus versus Dimitri.
How wonderful.
I'm so relieved we didn't have to take Constance's life. She's a dear friend of mine from back when I lived in the Empire. It pains me that we're forcing her to betray them. But I also get so much joy out of fighting alongside her. It's selfish of me, I know. It's okay, Mercedes. We didn't want to kill her either. We like Constance. We love Constance. She's awesome.
Got a minute?
I know we're trying to end the war as quick as possible. But barging into someone else's homeland and trashing the place just doesn't feel right. We get you, we get you. We feel that. We feel the same. Don't have much choice. Yeah, I hear you. It's easier to feel good about it when I think about who we're fighting to protect. That's true. I just can't help but think about how after all this is done, I'm gonna take over the inn and live a carefree life. I won't have to hurt anybody as an innkeeper. I mean, you might have to bounce a few people, you know, if they're stirring up trouble, causing fights. I'm just saying. Good luck with that, though. Oh, somebody here?
So here's the thing.
I don't know if it's because I've been here a while or what, but the folks in Fargus and the church have really grown on me. Every victory, we sing, drink, and have a rollicking good time. Doesn't matter where we're from. Are you saying you don't get that with the Alliance? No feast? No victory feasts? This war won't last forever, but I sure hope the friendships do. Aww. This is why Claude really sent them. I mean, I'm sure it's part of it. I will be overseeing our main base's defense, per our discussion with His Majesty. Which means I won't be able to accompany all of you. Do try to not slow His Majesty down, Felix. Please, me slow him down? When he has more speed than the other guy? No. I'll be the one dragging him to the enemy's door. I'm certain His Majesty would find that most reassuring. I look forward to seeing what you will accomplish, Felix. You're the one who needs to keep his ego in check. Try not to embarrass yourself, old man. Oh, Felix, we love you, we love you. All right, after that heartwarming father-son conversation. Wait, so Rodriguez leaving us again. And we still don't get our A dialogue with him. How rude. How rude.
I was thinking.
Gerald's mercenaries again. Feels like we fought them 100 times since the war started. We've got the Empire backed into a corner, but I wonder if this will be the last we see of them. I don't care if we defeat them or force them to surrender. I just don't want to have to fight them anymore. Same here, same here. Oh, Petra. Petra!
Excuse me, we must speak.
I went visiting to where my father died. Oh. Ooh, I'm sorry. But of course, there was nothing to be seen. Almost no one in Fodlan remembers. This is good in its own way, I think. Huh? Why is that good? You don't want them to remember. I do not. My father was an enemy of Fodlan. I am having certainty of this. If we think of our future friendship,
what do you think?
People forget the bad, and then it can be fading away. Do you not think so? Oh, Petra! Petra! Oh, we love you. We love you. Let's not dwell on the past.
Hear me out.
Wow, meeting the boss again was really something. What a guy. We hadn't spoken or seen each other in over 2 years, and he still remembered me. I gotta tell the others from Abyss that I bumped into him. Yeah, sure, once we take over Garrick Mach. Go for it.
Right.
Balthus, Constance, Happy, all the usual suspects are here. Up until 2 years ago, I lived with them underground as part of the Ashen Wolves house. Ask about the Ashen Wolves, tease him about it. And now you're together forever. Aw, it's sweet you're all such good friends. It's not about being good friends. We're just always bound to run into each other. I'm amazed we reunited here of all places, though. It's okay, Yuri. You don't have to be embarrassed.
How can I be of service?
Pardon me, Commander. Is there truly no way for us to avoid an altercation with Gerald's mercenaries? Mayhap we could keep our distance from them and focus instead on attacking the Imperial forces. Though I suppose we have no information as to their whereabouts. If only we could deploy some strategy that would allow us to glean their location. Yes, indeed. Maybe spies? Or flyers to scout the area? I'm just saying. The Alliance forces have entered Imperial territory, but their wariness of the infamous Count Burgleys has them at a stalemate. Or at least, that's how it appears. In reality, it's a pretext to draw the attention of the Imperial forces on the Eastern Front. It's another one of that Blackguard Claude's foolhardy schemes, but it is more than serving its purpose. At least for the time being, the Imperial Army cannot devote any forces to the west. Our victory is all but assured. Alright, cool. Thank you, Lawrence. Thank you for the update. We appreciate it. Wait. Gosh, navigating is so hard. And this is why we get lost so easily. We suffer so much at Magdred and in Arundel territory because of Gerald's mercenaries. My friend even lost their life at the hands of the Ashen Demon.
Essentially.
We must win for all those who are taken from us. Defeat is not an option. Well, she's not gonna be happy when we bring Byleth on the team.
A moment of your time.
Word has it that the Minister of Domestic Affairs, Count Hevering, is a rather capable fellow. Perhaps that is why there has been relatively minimal destruction and looting in this area. Or it could be that the cities in this territory are so developed they can withstand more damage. Apparently, he's assembling forces in the city of, wow, Mazguz. But I wonder if we will even need to engage in combat. Alright, cool. Be nice if they could just surrender, you know?
Wait out.
Less work for us. Fighting mercenaries is one thing, but going against Sir Alois just feels wrong. He's so good-natured, and his terrible jokes always make people laugh. But not for the reasons he wants, I'm sure. Well, at least a few of the knights got a kick out of them. Anyway, we all thought he was a swell guy. I can't believe things have turned out this way. Yeah.
Troubling indeed.
Why is Dimitri always in here? I swear I've never seen him anywhere else.
Do you have a moment?
Except outside Shez's tent. Other than that, though, we already know what Gerald's mercenaries are capable of. We may have superior numbers, but they could still claim victory over us. That said, Hevering territory is a key strategic location. We cannot simply bypass it. And, I mean, even if we just marched past it, wouldn't we just be opening ourselves up to being attacked from the back, from the rear? I don't know. We spoke earlier with Rodrigue and the others about prioritizing the defeat of the Imperial commander. Therefore, I propose we leave the base in Rodrigue's care and strike at the heart of the Imperial forces ourselves. What are your thoughts? Agree? I don't even know what the plan was. Not gonna lie. Defeat? Okay. Sure, why not?
Absolutely.
Sounds solid enough, though I doubt it'll be a walk in the park. True, Gerald's mercenaries will likely see to that. Fortunately, we have battle-hardened veterans like Sedith and Rodrigue on our side.
I wonder.
I need not come to a conclusion of my own. I'll solicit more opinions before making my decision. Alright, did we talk to everybody? It looks like we did.
That was quite the sigh. What's the matter, Sylvain?
Oh, nothing. Well, except there's a guy in my unit who keeps acting up, and I'm not sure what to do.
You don't say.
I don't think I like the face you're making.
Let me ask, just to be sure. Is this mysterious troublemaker in fact you?
Hey, I've changed. I swear I have. But no, it's not me. It's one of my knights. He keeps walking around breaking stuff and getting into fights, and I'm spending all my time apologizing for it.
Ah, the shoe's on the other foot now.
So you finally understand how I felt. You know, I never thought this day would come.
Ingrid's happy.
You really have changed, Sylvain. Perhaps this warrants a celebration.
Then you better bring your purse because I'm ordering 2 of everything. Seriously, Ingrid, you don't have to sound that impressed. With school suspended and the war raging, we've all had to adapt to changing circumstances. Felix and Dimitri both succeeded their fathers, and are now burning the candle at both ends, right? I can't go around causing trouble with unending scandals when I'm supposed to be the mature one of the bunch.
It is wonderful to see you turn a new leaf.
I told you to stop sounding so impressed. Ugh, I suppose I had this coming.
I am sorry, Sylvain. I was only teasing. Think of it as payback for everything you put me through. Still, not having to clean up after you has been a real weight lifted from my shoulders.
Yeah, I was a handful in my wild days, but looking back, I really appreciate everything you did for me.
In that case, you should make the change permanent so you never cause trouble for anyone again. Though, honestly, I do not really know what to do with myself now that I am not spending all my time apologizing for you.
Spend your time on productive things, you know?
Frankly, I was convinced you were useless without me.
Sorry. Again.
Please, no. You gave me experience I'd never have gotten otherwise. If I were truly miserable, I would have abandoned you to the wolves long ago.
Ingrid.
Besides, it wasn't all bad. You were the one who finally coaxed me from my room after Glenn's death, remember?
Okay, I'm confused. Do you want me to go back to being a huge flirt, or...?
Only with her.
Don't be ridiculous.
Figured.
As you said, we have all had to adapt to changing circumstances, which means we cannot cling to the past forever. You and I are no exception. It is merely a touch sad to come to the realization.
What's the matter, Ingrid? You sound exhausted.
Oh, it is just that my father's work never ends. Writing battle reports, explaining our Pegasus maintenance costs. There's always something that needs doing. I'm impressed that you, Felix, and His Majesty managed to stay on top of it all.
Are you sure you're okay, Ingrid? It isn't like you to be so worried.
Perhaps I'm simply not suited for desk work. I sound pathetic.
Well, that's my cue to pitch in and help out, by treating a lovely lady to a fine meal.
I thought you'd sworn off such flirtatious nonsense.
Can't you just accept a generous offer for once instead of immediately disparaging the giver?
Maybe you're right. In that case, I accept. I reached a good stopping point anyway, so I may as well eat on your coin. Phew. It has been some time since I've eaten this much. I've been so busy lately, my meals have consisted of whatever quick snack I can scrounge up in the moment.
Gonna have to roll her back to camp.
Well, that makes the incredibly hefty bill worth it.
Oh, whatever, you're a Margrave.
Also, it's been a while since I've been able to watch you eat. I think I kinda missed it.
And what is that supposed to mean?
Sorry, that came out all wrong. What I meant to say was that it's a relief to finally see you enjoy a decent meal. I mean, we're basically family, you know? And I'm sure Felix and Dimitri would feel the same way.
Is that so?
When we were talking earlier, you said something about how a person can't cling to the past forever. Well, I think that's why it makes us so happy when we realize some things never change.
Some things never change, huh? Hold on.
That means you were still gawking at me as I ate.
Yeah, but can you blame me? You are a fascinating eater.
It's just awkward.
I mean, you're normally really serious, but when you eat, it's like your entire face lights up.
Do you even hear yourself? Yes, well, speaking of things that never change, I thought of an even more important one.
What's that?
Our friendship. The way we're there for each other through thick and thin.
Aww.
Even if our relationship changes, we will always hold each other dear.
Okay, that line is way too cheesy. Who taught you to say that? What rogues have you been hanging out with?
Stop complaining and come with me. I want to buy some treats for everyone.
I'd follow you to the ends of the earth, my lady.
Mess hall food is just the best!
You're really piling up the plates there, Raphael. You must have been extra hungry.
Yeah, I was just out exercising. Food always tastes best after a long workout.
You should tell the chefs how much you enjoyed it. I'm sure they'd be pleased.
Will do. You know, I opened an inn myself, and I've been doing the cooking there. Except, I've never gotten a compliment from a customer. Not even once.
Aw, Raphael.
So they didn't like it? I wonder why.
I guess it just didn't taste very good. Honestly, I don't know a whole lot about cooking, so I had a pretty rough time in the kitchen.
In that case, why don't we work on it together? You may not have as many chances to cook here, but I bet we can still find opportunities to hone your skills. Believe me, one of the best feelings in the world is having someone tell you they enjoyed a meal you created.
Hold on. You're gonna train me? You're the best, Ash!
We'll get started right away. First, let's see you make something so I can get a feel for your skill level.
Well, how's it taste?
Well, it's not bad necessarily, but a huge pile of meat isn't really a meal. It's just meat.
Wait, you want something more than that? To each his own, I guess.
If you're going to focus on one ingredient, you have to work on your seasonings. This just tastes like a slab of bacon wrapped around a salt lick.
What's a salt lick?
Also, try using some vegetables. For a garnish, if nothing else. A little splash of color will make your dishes more appealing to the eye.
Huh. I never thought about how food looked.
That's something my father always used to say. If flavor is king, appearance is the royal court. He's actually the one who taught me that adding some color with vegetables will make things taste better too.
Well, I guess I could jam a cucumber in there or something, if you think it'd help.
You can't just jam things in without thinking about it, Raphael. You have to prepare them first, then arrange them in a way that's pleasing to the eye. Every ingredient requires careful preparation in order to bring out its true flavor.
Okay. I think I get it.
For example, try seasoning the meat with some herbs, then boil your vegetables to remove the bitterness. After that, fan them out on the platter and...
Wait, hang on. I boil the bitterness out of the herbs, then bladder the season? But which season? Fall? Spring?
Uh-oh.
This is way harder than just throwing a hunk of beef on a plate.
Deep breaths, Raphael. You can do this. And since this whole training thing was my idea, I promise to stick it out to the very end.
Thanks, Ash. With your help, I'm gonna make grub that'll have folks licking their plates.
What's up, Raphael?
There you are, Ash. Here, sit down.
Okay.
Now, eat up.
Oh, that does look nice. What is it, though?
Hey, this is the dish I was teaching you before. Raphael, did you make this yourself?
I sure did. So grab a shovel and dig in, because it's all yours!
I've got to say, it looks a lot more appetizing than before. Plus, it smells fantastic. All right, let's see what we've got. That was delicious. You used just the right amount of salt, which really brought out the flavor of the herbs.
Hey, you were right! It really does feel great to hear someone say that. I practiced seasoning, and putting things on the plate, and all that stuff, just like you said. Oh, and I had some of the soldiers do a bit of taste testing for me. It sure was rough at first, but I think I've definitely improved.
You certainly have. I had no idea you were working so hard on this.
That's because I was sneaky. I only wanted you to try it once I knew it was perfect. You worked so hard to teach me. I just had to pay you back somehow.
Raphael, You know my father used to run a restaurant, right? Well, this is the dish he was famous for.
You're not talking about Lord Lonato, are you?
No, my birth father. He took ill and died a long time ago. I told you what he said about flavor and appearance because he always used to say it to me. And this tastes just like what he used to make. I've tried for years to get the same flavor, but I couldn't do it. Honestly, I never thought I'd taste it again.
Oh, Ash.
Come on. Eating through tears is no way to enjoy a meal. Good food should make you smile, not cry.
Sorry, Raphael. Guess I got lost in the past there for a second. But you're right, good food should make people smile. And everything tastes even better when you're sharing it with a room full of smiling people.
Wait, in that case, that's it! I'm making a new rule when I get back to the inn. You gotta smile when you eat good food.
That'll be good for the cook and the customers alike.
I knew you'd agree. Eating's supposed to be a celebration. So whenever you get a hankering for my cooking again, just say the word, Ash.
Thanks, Raphael. And I'll be sure to eat it with a smile.
Best friends, best friends.
Here you go, Cully. As promised.
This feels a little light. You run into trouble moving the merchandise?
Sure did. With all the fighting lately, even the noble folk are getting real selective about who they do business with.
Well, nothing to be done for that. Our competitors certainly won't back down, so we can't afford to either. I'll think of something. Might involve crossing a dangerous bridge or three, but we'll work it out.
I'm pretty sure he went... Huh? Yuri?
Well, if it isn't Ash. You seem out of breath. Am I really so charming?
Did you see someone suspicious come this way? I was chasing them down, but I lost them.
Ah, you must be referring to my lackey.
Your lackey? Wait, what is that you're holding?
Oh, just various proceeds from this and that. But I'll not say more, especially not in front of a royal knight like you.
Dirty money, is it?
Coin is coin. Whatever grime it may bear always washes clean in the end.
You know, I've been biting my tongue on this for a while, but I don't think it's right to earn money the way you do. You're so much smarter than me. You could do anything if you put your mind to it. There's no need to resort to cheating and hurting people to turn a profit.
Are you seriously trying to lecture the Lord of the Underworld? Oh, that's adorable. No one makes it through this life with clean hands. You should know that better than anyone. Sometimes you have to resort to just the most terrible things imaginable in order to feed your family. Am I right?
How do you know about my past? I've never told anyone.
Oh, I don't know. Perhaps I heard it from Count Rowe. Or maybe even Lord Lonato. The sins we commit follow us until our dying day, my friend.
I know that. But even so,
Well, I'm a bit busy, so you work that out while I walk away. Bye then.
Yuri. No, I won't turn my back on you.
Lost him! Split up and search, boys! Don't let him get away!
They really are a persistent pack of scoundrels.
Someone shot me!
Yuri, over here! Oh, I think we're good. They won't chase us this far. Looks like I was just in time. Are you hurt?
So long as my face is fine, the rest of me doesn't matter. That's the real moneymaker, you know. And I appreciate the save, by the way.
You never change. Anyway, care to tell me why those thugs were after you?
Oh, just a little disagreement among businessmen. Happens all the time.
This is exactly why I said you had to find a different way to make money.
If you're going to lecture me, I'd prefer the arrow you gave my friend back there. Also, if you disagree with my methods, why save me in the first place? You could have left me to reap the consequences of my actions and had one less villain in the world.
I'm not lecturing you because I think you're a villain. I've no right to call you evil anyway. I just don't want to see you endanger yourself.
Sometimes the only way to get anything done is by putting yourself in harm's way. You should know. Or I suppose you wouldn't. What with your being an upstanding knight and all now.
Trust me, I know. I can't forget the past no matter how hard I try. But I still think what you're doing is wrong. Not only are you hurting other people, you're disregarding your own well-being.
I chose this life of my own accord, and I take pride in what I do. If I get hurt in the process, that's just part of the deal. And if I'm caught and the townspeople hurl stones and fruit as I march to my execution, I'll still die with a smile on my face because...
Oh, Yuri, no one wants that.
Okay, enough! This is the reason why I can't keep letting you do this! You want to protect the people important to you, right? Well, I want to make sure you don't end up dead and covered in rotting fruit! So if you still insist on being a reckless fool, I'm going to protect you anyway!
Even though it means siding with a filthy villain?
I'm not about to help you commit crimes. And if it looks like you're going to hurt someone, I'll do everything in my power to stop you. I just want to save my friend, okay?
I truly don't get you sometimes. Also, can't believe I'm going to fall for a cornball line like that.
Did you say something, Yuri?
Nothing. Forget it.
Best friends! Best friends!